very good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha Television. My name is Aishwarya Kapoor. Well, budget session of Parliament begins today and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has urged all leaders to rise above party lines and not repeat the winter session chaos. Well, that is our top focus. Also, we take a look at the other big story. 26/11 in Mumbai attack mastermind Hafiz Saeed has been detained in Lahore. All of the details on that and much more in this bulletin. Let's start with the headlines. Budget session of Parliament to begin today. President Pranab Mukherjee to address joint sitting of both houses. Finance Minister to table economic survey. Prime Minister appeals to opposition to rise above party lines for meaningful debate. Lok Sabha Speaker says that she is hopeful of a fruitful session. Congress demands discussion on 5 issues including note ban. RBI lifts cap on daily ATM withdrawals from 1st of February. Limit on current accounts also lifted. Weekly limit on saving accounts remain. Mumbai terror attack. Mastermind Hafiz Saeed and 4 others put under house arrest in Pakistan. Move after sustained US pressure to act against terror outfits. And USA's acting Attorney General defies President Trump's immigrant ban, tells Justice Department won't defend order. Trump says it's obstructionist. Our top story this morning, the first part of the budget session of Parliament will begin today. Well, day one will see the President's address to a joint sitting of the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha in a central hall of Parliament at 11 a.m. today. Well, there will be a separate sitting of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha for the transaction of government business. The Rajya Sabha sitting will be 45 minutes after the President's address, while the Lok Sabha sitting will be half an hour after the conclusion of the President's address. While Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will then lay in both houses separately the Economic Survey 2016-17. And the Union Budget will be presented on 1st of February, that is Wednesday. Well, there will be no separate rail budget from this year as it has been merged with the general budget this time. Well, the government says the budget date has been advanced so as to complete the entire process before the end of the financial year. Well, the first part of the session has been kept brief in view of the assembly polls in 5 states. It will have 8 sittings from today to 9th of February. Well, the 2 houses will have a month-long recess from 10th of February to 8th of March. During this period, the standing committees will consider the demands for grants of ministries and departments and prepare their reports. And the second part of the budget session will begin from 9th of March and will continue till the 12th of April. Well, 34 bills will be taken up for passing in consideration during the entire session. These include 3 ordinances which will be replaced through bills. The ordinances relate to the Enemy Property Act, payment of wages and specified bank notes, and the other important legislations to be taken up include the Goods and Services Tax, the Central Goods and Services Tax, compensation for the loss of revenue, and the integrated GST. And Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan held an all-party meet of the leaders of the House on Monday. Well, a demand for debate on demonetization has been raised during the meeting. The Speaker has said that a call on it would be taken in the Business Advisory Committee. Now, besides the Speaker, Deputy Speaker M. Thambidurai, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anand Kumar, Leader of the Congress in Lok Sabha Mallikarjun Kharge, and the leaders of TDP, TRS, BJD and RJD were also present among others. The TMC, however, did not attend the meet. Well, the Congress has raised 5 issues for discussion, which includes a note ban, the President's address, the Union Budget, increased terrorist activities and ceasefire violations, as well as weakening of institutions like RBI, CBI, Niti Aayog and the NIA. Well, the Speaker said that there was a consensus to sit longer during the short session to increase the number of hours of discussion. The Congress Parliamentary Party will hold a strategy meet in Parliament to finalize its plan for the upcoming budget session today.
राष्ट्रपति के अभिभाषण पर धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव तो करना ही है। उसके बाद बजट पेश होने के बाद बजट पर सामान्य चर्चा जो होती है वो सामान्य चर्चा होगी। उसी के साथ ये आग्रह था ज्यादातर लोगों का कि अभी भी नोटबंदी की कुछ स्थिति जो है, ये स्थिति पर आज भी उस पर कहीं ना कहीं बातें होना बहुत आवश्यक है। और अगर उस प्रकार के कोई प्रस्ताव आते हैं तो हम देखेंगे, मगर साधारणतया जो बातें हम चर्चा ज्यादा से ज्यादा कर सकते हैं उन सभी बातों पर चर्चा करने की कोशिश रहेगी। देर से भी अगर बैठेंगे तो अगर सबका ये बनता है, जैसा सहयोग आज अपेक्षित है, आज जो मिला है ऐसा ही मिलता रहा तो देर से भी बैठ के कई सारे ना इस पर चर्चा होगी।
हमने तो 5 विषय पे सरकार के सामने और स्पीकर के सामने रखा है। एक तो डिमोनेटाइजेशन का, नोटबंदी का विषय, दूसरा जो प्रेसिडेंट का एड्रेस है, बजट है, उस पे भी बहस होना चाहिए, तीसरा एक टेररिस्ट और जो भी वायलेशंस सीजफायर हो रहे हैं उसके बारे में, तीसरा जो है आरबीआई इंस्टीट्यूशन, सीबीआई, नीति आयोग और एनआईए, ऐसी जो संस्थाएं हैं, इन संस्थाओं को कमजोर किया जा रहा है, उसके बारे में भी हम चर्चा चाहते हैं।
And a day before the budget session of Parliament, well, the government called an all-party meeting to discuss issues that would come up. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged the opposition to allow the House to function smoothly, despite any differences that they might have with the government. The opposition, in turn, warned the government against announcing any schemes that could influence voters in the 5 poll-bound states.
Opposition parties put on record their differences with the government on tabling the union budget on February 1st. They raised 2 points: the forthcoming elections in 5 states and that the economic data for the third quarter would not be factored into the document. At the all-party meet, opposition leaders were united in questioning the timing of the budget presentation, even as Prime Minister Narendra Modi asked for Parliament to rise above party lines and come forward for discussion on various issues.
सबका एक ही राय था, हाउस चलना चाहिए, सदन चलना चाहिए, बजट सत्र चलना चाहिए, दोनों पार्ट के बजट सत्र चलना चाहिए और बहस होना चाहिए।
The budget session will begin on Tuesday with the President's address. It will be followed by the tabling of the economic survey, with the budget being presented on Wednesday. The opposition warned the government against using the budget to announce schemes that could entice voters in the poll-bound states.
ऐसा कोई भी बजट में वो चीज न लाएं जिससे लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड में असर पड़े, और अगर ये ऐसा हुआ तो जाहिर है इसका असर जो है, जो 8-9 दिन का हाउस में चर्चा है उस पर इसका असर पड़ेगा।
वो निश्चित रूप से वो बजट जो है वो फेल हो जाएगा अपने मकसद से, जब तक आपको अप टू डेट आंकड़े और परिस्थिति नहीं मालूम। अब डीमोनेटाइजेशन का असर जो पड़ा उसका कोई कंसिडरेशन नहीं होगा इस बजट में।
The meeting was boycotted by Trinamool Congress over demonetization. The party has also decided not to attend parliament proceedings on the first 2 days.
Without doing anything in respect of the demonetization issue, they are coming with the budget. We are protesting that. In view of such protests, we are not attending 2 days, that is 31st and 1st in the parliament.
The first part of the budget session will end on February 9th, while the second part will begin on March 9th and end on April 12th. Now Vikram Singh's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
On to some other news now. Well, the RBI has lifted the cap on daily withdrawals from the ATMs and current accounts starting Wednesday, that is 1st of February. Well, the banks will now have their own operating limits, as was the case before 8th of November when the note ban was imposed. However, the weekly limit of 24,000 rupees from saving bank accounts has been retained. Well, the RBI has also lifted with immediate effect the restrictions on withdrawal from current accounts, cash credit accounts and overdraft accounts. Well, the move comes as the remonetization has reached almost 50% now, nearly 3 months after the government's note ban decision. Meanwhile, the Election Commission is likely to notify election candidates to use their current accounts to sidestep the limits in place for saving accounts. Well, this after the RBI rejected Election Commission's request to increase the cash withdrawal limits for candidates to 2 lakh rupees per week. Moving on in the bulletin now, well, the Income Tax Department has launched a crackdown on Benami properties under the recently enforced Benami Properties Transaction Act. Now, this comes after the demonetization drive, during which numerous raids were carried out by authorities, leading to seizures of thousands of crore rupees in illegal wealth. Thereafter, the IT department had started an operation to identify suspect bank accounts where huge cash deposits have been made. And in the fresh crackdown in the last few days, now Income Tax Department attached 42 properties, issued 87 notices under the Prohibition of Benami Property Transaction Act, and also confiscated bank deposits worth crores under the newly enforced Benami Transactions Act. Well, post the demonetization order of the government on 8th of November last year, the IT department had warned the people against depositing their unaccounted old currency in someone else's bank account, saying that such an act would attract criminal charges under the Benami Property Transactions Act 1988. Remember, this act has been enforced from 1st of November last year. News from Jammu and Kashmir now, where Chief Minister of the state Mehbooba Mufti on Monday said that Article 370 represents the pluralistic ethos of the state and warned disturbing it would not go only against the interests of the state but as well the country. Well, Mufti said that those asking for the scrapping of Article 370 believe that the Kashmir issue can be solved only by making the state home to people of only one culture and one religion. The Chief Minister appealed to the members in the State Legislative Council to cut across party lines and fight the elements that are trying to disturb peace in the state. Mehbooba sought support even from the opposition benches in the House to safeguard the state's special position and also in taking back Kashmiri Pandits to the valley. Well, Mufti's statement comes after National Conference leader Omar Abdullah on Saturday raised concerns that BJP may use the judiciary to scrap Article 370.
इस मुल्क के अंदर कुछ ऐसी ताकतें हैं जो ये समझती हैं कि 370 खत्म करेंगे तो कश्मीर का मसला खत्म हो जाएगा, सब कुछ ठीक ठाक होगा। ये बिल्कुल ऐसी ताकतें जैसे हमारे यहाँ कुछ ऐसी ताकतें हैं जो ये समझते हैं कि जो हम कश्मीर के असली कल्चर जो हमारा है उसको खत्म करके इसको एक रंग, एक मजहब की रियासत बनाएंगे, खासकर वादी को, तो मसले कश्मीर हल होगा।
On to the other big story now, and Jamaat ud-Dawa chief Hafiz Saeed has been placed under house arrest along with 4 others in Pakistan. Well, on Monday, Punjab government's Home Department had issued a detention order of Saeed. Well, the action comes amidst the pressure from the Donald Trump administration in the United States to act against terror. But the US has already offered $10 million for any information leading to the arrest and conviction of Hafiz Saeed. The US has clearly told Islamabad that in the case of not taking actions against the JUD as well as Hafiz Saeed, it may face sanctions. Now, JUD is the front for the banned LET terror outfit, which is responsible for numerous terror attacks in India, including the Mumbai terror strike of November 26, 2008. Now, Hafiz is the mastermind of that attack. JUD has already been declared a foreign terrorist organization by the United States in June 2014. And in Breakfast News, we'll take a very short break. Up next, we have all the news from election-bound states. Stay with us.
The Finance Minister will present a make-or-break budget for Modi government. Arun Jaitley faces a tough task amid frenzy on note ban and GST. Will he manage a please-all effort? Spend budget day with India's best minds. Budget 2017 with Rajya Sabha Television, 7 AM to 11 PM on February 1st.
Welcome back after the break. Now, today is the last date for filing of nominations for the third phase of UP Assembly polls. Well, filing of nominations began on 24th of January. Now, voting for the third phase is scheduled for 19th of February, in which 69 constituencies in 12 districts will go to polls. Now, SP's pocket borough of Mainpuri and Etawah will also vote in this phase. News from poll-bound Punjab now, and BJP President Amit Shah on Monday launched a scathing attack on Congress's chief ministerial face in Punjab, Captain Amarinder Singh, saying that even though he uses Captain in front of his name, he takes orders from Rahul Gandhi. Now, while addressing an election rally in Amritsar, Shah also attacked the Aam Aadmi Party. He said that Arvind Kejriwal was dreaming of becoming the chief minister of every state he visits. He asked the electorate to vote for the SAT BJP combined for the third time, stating that the alliance victory in Punjab was necessary for the security of the country.
आपने कैप्टन साहब को चुनने के बाद कभी अमृतसर में देखा है क्या? देखा है? पूरा अमृतसर उनको एब्सेंट एमपी कर जानता है मित्रों। एक ऐसा एमपी जिसको कभी देखा है नहीं। एमपी थे तब तक तो ठीक था, अब वो सीएम बनना चाहते हैं। मुझे मालूम नहीं, अगर सीएम बन गए तो उनको ढूंढने पंजाब की जनता को कहां जाना पड़ेगा।
News from Goa now, and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi on Monday said that his party will provide a clean and corruption-free government in Goa, focusing on employment generation. While addressing a rally in the poll-bound state, Rahul alleged that Goa was being run as per the wishes of the Prime Minister. He said that the Congress would not place a dictator or a remote-control government in the state, but one that belongs to the people. Rahul assured the people that Congress is not ready for any compromise and will work properly and eliminate corruption from Goa. Since Congress government in Goa had lost the 2012 elections over perceptions of corruption, Rahul informed the people that 60% of the Congress candidates were new faces. Now, Goa, which goes to polls on 4th of February, has only 2 Lok Sabha seats and 40 assembly seats, and the opposition Congress is seeking to win back the coastal state from the BJP.
प्रधानमंत्री आते हैं, कहते हैं हमने बहुत बढ़िया विकास किया। पूरा गोवा जानता है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी झूठ बोल रहे हैं। प्रधानमंत्री जी भी जानते हैं कि वो झूठ बोल रहे हैं, मगर वो कहेंगे और बहुत अच्छे शब्दों से कहेंगे। कहेंगे कि मैंने भ्रष्टाचार को मिटा दिया। पूरा गोवा जानता है कि भ्रष्टाचार हो रहा है। बीचेस की मैंने अभी बात की। एक व्यक्ति गोवा को नहीं चला सकता है, एक संगठन गोवा को नहीं चला सकता है, एक सोच गोवा को नहीं चला सकती है। अगर गोवा को चलाना है, अगर गोवा को तेजी से आगे बढ़ाना है, तो गोवा की जो आवाज है, आप सबकी आवाज, युवाओं की आवाज, महिलाओं की आवाज, बुजुर्गों की आवाज, उस आवाज को विधानसभा के अंदर पहुंचाना है।
And BSP chief Mayawati on Monday kick-started her party's poll campaign in Punjab with a rally in Phagwara. Well, in her one-day election campaign, Mayawati rigged up the issue of reservation once again, accusing the BJP and the RSS of conspiring to end reservation. She further added that there has been an increase in corruption in the past few years in Punjab. While escalating her attack on the ruling SAT BJP alliance, the BSP Supremo said that the menace of drugs and unemployment still hovers over Punjab. In the 2012 assembly elections, the BSP did not win any seats. However, it did manage to marginally increase the voting percentage from 4.13 to 4.28%.
परम पूज्य बाबा साहब डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर के अथक प्रयासों के कारण जहां भारतीय संविधान में शिक्षा, सरकारी नौकरियों व राजनीति आदि में जो भी आरक्षण की सुविधाएं मिली हैं, तो उन्हें भी अब यह एक सोची समझी साजिश के तहत ही निष्प्रभावी बनाने व उन्हें धीरे धीरे खत्म करने का पूरा प्रयास किया जा रहा है।
And Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav on Monday targeted both the BSP and the BJP at an election rally in Etah district of Uttar Pradesh. Now, reiterating his faith in the SP Congress alliance, he said that neither lotus, symbol of the BJP, nor the elephant, symbol of the BSP, can compete against his party's cycle. While taking a dig at Mayawati, he said that her party will only end up building more elephant monuments in the state. Now, criticizing the BJP government's demonetization, he said that the decision was taken without preparation and has taken a heavy toll on the country's economy.
कहते हैं कि मोबाइल पे कर देंगे या बैंकिंग, मोबाइल से कर लो बैंकिंग, मोबाइल से कैसे बैंकिंग होगी, कौन जानता है, कौन समझेगा। ब्रांचों में पैसा नहीं, बैंक में पहुंचा नहीं पाए पैसा, और जो लाइन में लगे उन्होंने जान दे दी अपनी। पूरे देश में, उत्तर प्रदेश में भी लोग जो लाइन में खड़े थे, गरीब, इंतजार कर करके उनकी जान चली गई। कोई हार्ट अटैक से मर गया, कोई तकलीफ और परेशानी के शौक में मर गया। किसी ने मदद नहीं की। आपकी समाजवादी सरकार ने उन परिवारों की भी मदद करने का काम किया, 2-2 लाख रुपए उन परिवारों को भी दिया है।
And the UP Chief Minister also spoke about his father Mulayam Singh Yadav's rejection of his party's alliance with the Congress party. He said that Netaji's respect will increase when it forms the next government in the state. But on Sunday, remember, Mulayam had said that the party had the capability to win the elections without any support. Meanwhile, the UP Chief Minister also addressed various rallies ahead of the upcoming polls.
एक बात मैं कह सकता हूं आप सबके सामने, और वो आप भी इस बात को मानेंगे, सरकार बनेगी तो सबसे ज्यादा सम्मान अगर किसी का बढ़ेगा तो नेताजी का सम्मान बढ़ेगा। बताओ किसका सम्मान बढ़ेगा? ये पार्टी बच गई, साइकिल बच गई, बताओ पार्टी बची कि नहीं बची?
All right, let's get you some international news now. U.S. President Donald Trump has fired acting U.S. Attorney General Sally Yates. Well, the shock move comes after she questioned the legality of his immigration ban. Well, Yates had asked the Justice Department to not defend Trump's order on immigration ban, saying that she was not convinced if it was lawful. In a statement, the White House said that Yates had betrayed the department. Now, Dana Boente, U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, replaces her as the acting Attorney General. Earlier, President Trump had taken to Twitter to respond to move by Sally Yates, saying that the Democrats have nothing going but obstruct. Now, Trump's ban on nationals from 7 Muslim-majority countries has sparked a street protest in the United States as well as abroad, while the ban bars citizens from Iraq, Syria, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan and Yemen. However, the White House has defended the move and says that the administration would prevail if there were any legal problems with the order.
His view in general is not to wait to get ahead of the curve. There wasn't a specific threat. We're saying we have to do this Saturday, Sunday will be, but the point that I'm trying to make is that we don't know when that hour comes. We don't know when that individual crosses into our border to do us harm. And so the idea of waiting when you don't know, could it be that night, could it be the next day, could it be the next week? And the President's view is, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to make sure that we protect the homeland and its people as soon as possible with every measure that I can.
We are a country based on the rule of law. And in a courtroom, it is not the loudest voice that prevails. It's the Constitution. That's why we're a nation of laws. At the end of the day, either you are abiding by the Constitution or you are not. And in our view, the President is not adhering to the Constitution when it comes to his executive action.
Well, news from Canada now, where a 27-year-old French-Canadian student has been charged with the fatal shooting of 6 worshippers at a mosque in Quebec. Now, Alexandra Bissonnette faces 6 counts of first-degree murder and 5 of attempted murder. Well, the 27-year-old was arrested in his car on a bridge where he called the police to say that he wanted to cooperate with the authorities. Well, a man of Moroccan heritage who was also arrested after the attack. Mohammed Khadir is now being treated as a witness. Now, Bissonnette did not enter a plea as he briefly appeared in court on Monday over Sunday evening's attack. during evening prayers at Quebec Islamic Cultural Center. Now, more than 50 people were at the mosque when the shooting erupted. Now, vigils have been held across Canada to commemorate those who were killed and injured. Well, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called the attack an act of terror committed against Canada and against all Canadians.
This was a group of innocents targeted for practicing their faith. Make no mistake, this was a terrorist attack. It was an attack on our most intrinsic and cherished values as Canadians, values of openness, diversity, and freedom of religion.
And on to some sports news now. Well, the Supreme Court on Monday appointed a former CAG Vinod Roy and to head BCCI, along with noted historian Ramachandra Guha, former cricketer Diana Edulji, and IDFC official Vikram Limaye as the members. Well, the court also named Amitabh Chaudhary, Aniruddha Chaudhary of the BCCI, as well as Vikram Limaye to represent BCCI at the ICC meeting in the first week of February.
Move aimed at restructuring the country's cricket governing body, BCCI. The Supreme Court on Monday nominated 4 people as administrators to run the board. Ex-Comptroller and Auditor General Vinod Rai will head a 4-member body, which include noted historian Ramachandra Guha, IDFC Managing Director Vikram Limaye, and former captain of the Indian women's cricket team Diana Edulji.
BCCI के CEO को कहा गया है कि इनके साथ मिलके वो काम करेंगे और जिनको भी जो आपत्ति होगी दर्ज करानी होगी वो बीसीसीआई सीईओ के मार्फत से एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पैनल में अपनी बात रखेंगे.
Working with the railways was a good experience. 40 games I was administrating 40 games, but the BCCI is a different ball game completely. It's a very professional, very big body, internationally very famous body, financially very strong. So we have to live up to that reputation and see to it that BCCI goes further, towards one of the best administered sports association in the world.
The Apex Court also cleared BCCI Joint Secretary Amitabh Chaudhary and Vikram Limaye to represent the board at the ICC meeting in the first week of February. The court, however, rejected the centre's plea to appoint the Secretary of the Sports Ministry as one of the administrators. The top court has asked BCCI and the centre to suggest names in its previous hearing.
It definitely will clean the BCCI completely. Malfeasance has taken place, maladministration, then there has been no accountability, no responsibility, nothing in the BCCI. They would do anything that they wanted to. And hence it had become a fiefdom of a few and a cozy club for a few. So now with this panel headed by Mr. Vinod Rai, with eminent historian and cricketer himself, Ramachandra Guha, and Diana Edulji and Vikram Limaye, they would see to it that all this is implemented.
The Supreme Court had formed the Justice Lodha Committee to bring administrative changes in the BCCI and had asked the board to implement the new norms set up by the panel.
No, it's a very good committee. The Supreme Court has with it a large panel of names, and I think the 4 names which have been selected are really good, and they must really help in implementation of our report, which has been accepted by the Supreme Court.
However, after seeing the BCCI's reluctance, the court in its January 2nd order removed Anurag Thakur as its president and disqualified all office bearers of the board and its state associations as they failed to comply with its orders. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
So that is Supreme Court's brand new BCCI team. And with this, we come to an end of this edition of news. Thanks for watching.